Hey there. So for a while, I have been telling you that I write an essay every week and I want to share it with you. I want to send it to you, email it to you, and it's free. And so I thought, maybe you aren't fully understanding what I'm saying when I tell you that hey, it's a free email that will be interesting to you because it's about creative stuff and you're a creative person and you could use, maybe some creative advice of some kind. And that's perhaps why you've come to this channel in the first place, which was to say, I would like a little bit of creative input. Let's adjust this for a second. All right, so then I thought, I sent out an email this morning. Got a lot of people writing back to me about it. So I thought I would just tell you what I wrote, and you could tell me whether you thought it was something that you wanted. And if you do, the way you can tell me is by writing to me and saying and subscribing. Here, I guess somewhere I'll put the thing. It just says Danny'sEssays.com. That's the URL, Danny'sEssays.com. Go there, check it out. And here is essentially what I wrote in this most previous essay. It's a story about, I called it Congratulations on Your New Job. Let's see what you think about that. So I spent a long time working in advertising at one of the only jobs that I know of that is designated as creative. I worked in the creative department and my title was Executive Creative Director. And collectively, my colleagues and I were known as creatives. So what did that actually mean? Well, for many of my peers, it meant that they wrote commercials and they designed print ads and they got assignments and they fulfilled them. They were creative within that box and they pretty much stayed there. So one day I was lucky enough to meet this legendary graphic designer, and he introduced me to several of his peers, and they were all real legends too. And I was amazed to discover that their creativity stretched so much further than anyone in my industry ever considered. They might start with an assignment to design a brochure or a website, but before long, they were taking on product design and store design and street signage and uniforms and films and furniture and video games and medical devices and educational programs and all kinds of things. And they weren't just designing how things looked. They were thinking about how people used these products, how they lived and worked, how their days could be improved by a better tea kettle or a medical pump or something like that. They looked at how mothers washed their babies and how phone calls were handled in a business, how doctors examined a patient's ears, how African villagers carried water from a well, how people board a plane. There's just simply no limit to where their creativity could be applied. Their focus was on solving problems wherever they crop up. I have no idea how they knew how to do all of these varied things. Apparently they just figured it out as they went. They were creative. So I discovered that being creative didn't mean having a particular set of specialized skills like kerning type or writing copy. It was a way of looking at the world, of being curious, a way of living and being. So here's a thought for you to chew on. What if, starting today, your job was just to be creative? No matter what industry you're in, no matter what your business card says, you work in an accounting firm, but you are creative. Your boss thinks of you as a biology teacher, but your job is creative. Tinker, tailor, candlestick maker. They can call you whatever they want, but you are creative. You are a creative problem solver first and foremost. What would that look like? Let's take it a step further. What if creative became your full-time job, 24/7? What if you devoted a certain amount of time every day to come up with ideas to improve some aspect of your life. Could you be more creative as a parent or as a spouse? Could you be more creative as a cook or as a neighbor or as a resident of this planet? Could you walk your dog more creatively? Could you look after your health more creatively? Could you be more creative in planning what you will do today and for the rest of your days? What would that feel like? How would you start? It's tough to think about because creative is this weird term that's come to mean different things at different times, but at its core, it's about solving the problems of your life. And this is the kind of thing that I deal with in these essays that I write every week. They're not too long, they're not too complicated. There's something you can read in a couple minutes, but then they'll give you something to think about, like I hope this did. So sign up for for a subscription, and next Friday I'll send you the next email that I write. And if you want to tell me what you think of it, you can just click reply and write back to me and tell me what your point of view is on this subject. I think it'll be really fun, and I hope it'll help you to get more out of your life, more out of your creativity, feel more confident, feel more whatever it is you want to feel. I'm here to help you. Thanks a lot, and I hope to see you and your email in my box soon. Bye-bye.